Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse Magazine. I got my Cuban links.
Yes, Cuban B.
I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves eat good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. He's Barry, the sniper, Spears.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rubble. Put the club soda on there.
We're talking alpaca that cost a quarter of 100 racks. Barry, what's good, man?
Not very much, my brother. You know, it's Wednesday, hump day, halfway to the weekend, and it's hot still.
Yeah, it's truth. It really is hot.
Like almost irrationally hot around the country. I mean, Florida, I'm used to it, and it's just what it is. But I think the rest of the country is really feeling it also.
Well, Barry, what I was feeling yesterday was my $5 win place that I put on your horse.
Too bad that we didn't get a price, but you know, a win is a win is a win.
I have this interesting graph of how the pools moved. Check this out. Of course, no one was left bleeding out of their chest. But yeah, Barry got his long shot of the day home. Came bet down, but hey, winner's a winner.
Hey, you know, it's always, you know, it's funny. The horse was 6-1 on the line and ends up going off 6-5, but I don't know what to make of that.
I think somewhere there's a line maker who's going, oh, fuck, I meant to put a 5 there.
Dang it.
Yeah. Well, Barry, it's Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we dust off our Tina Turner wigs and fishnets because what we're spitting is simply the best. That's right. It's Wednesday Best Bets. Today, we purify ourselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka and turn our focus to the pride of Shakopee, Minnesota, Canterbury Park. And Barry and I have examined this card from the river to the tooter to give you our best bets on the card. It can be a high confidence play. It can be a high odds play. It's probably a little bit of both. We're talking Canterbury Park Wednesday. That's right. Wednesday today, the 9th of July, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for this card is going to be 6:10 p.m. Eastern. If you're playing the late races, I don't know, drink a cup of coffee. 5:10 God's time and 3:10 Pacific time out on the Pacific Coast. Barry, what'd you think of the Canterbury card?
Interesting. It's always an interesting card, honestly. They have some good bets and good things going on over there. But always challenging. The fields are always pretty good sized. But you know, they got to run them. So it's always a challenge.
It's always a challenge. I always enjoy seeing Kelsey Hart, Canterbury, her flying up the middle of the track late with her ponytail.
Yeah.
And the breeze. Real quick. I'm going to get off topic real quick. I really like
an MMA fighter.
No, that's Chell-C, baby.
Oh, okay.
C- as I like to call her. With Kelsey Hart, to her credit, this is what I say, is she always does the best by her owners and puts her horse in the best position to finish highly, and will run a horse out of its character and push the issue to do it. Impressive, I think. All right, Barry, that's enough of me talking about our good friend Kelsey Hart, who we've never met before. Don't get it twisted. Race 3, my best bet, 7 furlongs, $30,000 optional claimer on the dirt. I love horses right off the outside hips of the early speed in the clear with first run as the early speed hopefully grows weary. It's a tactical spot that can assert pressure on early pacemakers without actually pressing for the lead. I'm playing to start off a $20 win bet, and that's going to be on the number 5, Mr. Who. Now, when Mr. Who wins this race, you'll have to call him Dr. Who, motherfuckers. I don't think there's a good I do think that there's a good chance that this horse could get bet. Barry and I always mention how nondescript connections can keep prices high because of relative anonymity. This is not the case here. With a hot jockey and hot trainer who are hitting at a high strike rate, separate and in tandem at Canterbury Park, with Jose Silva Jr. Training and Guillermo Rodriguez in the irons. He's getting a second crack for Silva's barn after being claimed from Juan Gutierrez. If he can return to his 2-back, 3-back, or 4-back form, I think he could win for fun with first run at Plain Talk and the favorite, the 3 Street Warrior, who I think are going to sign a suicide pact in the gate and go 3 Mile Island or even Chernobyl, possibly Fukushima on the front. And Mr. Who will be the horse to benefit. Now, I'm going to back this up with a $1 trifecta bet, 5 with 126 with 126. If this horse gets bet down to chalk or significantly, I like keying this horse on top in the trifecta and wheeling in the 3 other horses I'm anticipating being in the mix late. Underneath, I've got 1, 2, and 6. The number 1, Surly Furious, 5-1, was cross-entered at Horseshoe Indy on Saturday for Derby Day in the Michael G. Schaefer Stakes, but didn't make the trip, opted instead to ship to Canterbury. I think this one will be launching from too far back to win, honestly. But love it underneath at 5-1. The 2 is my other horse I'm using underneath of the 3, Plain Talk, 4-1. This is the speed that should hold for a piece. When I have potentially a line of 3 horses on the front or just anywhere, I always fade who I project to be the middle horses, more likely to get pinched in between the other 2 horses, because those are always the horses that blink first and back out, unless they're special and they got heart. The rail, closer to the rail draw makes the speed that I want to have underneath, in addition to the price and for, potential exotic payouts. And then I'm going to use the 6, Street Warrior, Out of the Dark. I'm going to get this name right eventually. 3-1. I love pocket trips. I think this is the horse that gets the pocket trip, and I think most likely to round out the exacta if you want to get cute with an ice cold exacta. He's fast. He deserves respect. But if Mr. Who fires like he should, then Mr. Who is just faster. And I don't think Out of the Dark catches him when he tips out from the pocket. So that was a $20 win bet on the 5 Mr. Who, and then a $1 trifecta, 5 with 126 with 126 puts me in for $26 total. Barry, what'd you think?
I actually looked at Mr. Doctor Who, and what I got out of it was that the races at Turf Paradise are terrible, because that's where his big numbers came, and I was like, wow, he really perked up over there, and he had nothing before and after. Not saying that he doesn't have speed or anything like that, but it's just kind of bizarre that he got those huge numbers at Turfway and nowhere else. Because at Turf Paradise, even back in 2024 in March, his numbers were way higher at Turf Paradise. So it's going to be interesting to see how he runs here for sure. 8-1 is a good price on a horse like this that has some, slight question marks, but you'll get your price, I think. This is a really interesting race that you picked here.
Our boy, the Canterbury local friend of the show, Russ, says, finally, Surly Furious Racing here. It's named after the brewery beer. I didn't know. And I used to be the portfolio manager for a beer distributor. I didn't know that shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, that horse was entered in 2 races on Indiana Derby Day and ends up here, which is kind of strange, but doesn't really bode well for why this horse is in this spot. I mean, class-wise, this horse is a standout, but it's like, how is this horse actually going to run? This is a huge drop down. This horse hasn't been at this level for years.
It's true.
I don't like it personally.
With all the entries and scratches, it's like a guy
right.
who
Sums up. Like, yeah,
he rushed every fraternity because he just couldn't choose.
That happens sometimes.
Also, Paul Nolan, our friend in Dublin. Hey, hi guys. Had Barry's horse yesterday with Shan in the next race in a 10-pound double.
All right.
Do they use pounds in Ireland? Probably Northern Ireland, of course, but
I believe so.
Okay. Well, the double cash. He says, thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for watching, Paul. Loyal customer. We love you out there. Barry, let's get to your play.
Okay.
Race 4. It was probably what the people have actually been waiting for while I am wrong. 7.5 furlongs on the turf. $20,000 optional claimer for non-winners of 2-something. Don't you forget, I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Barry, what is your play in race 4?
My play in race 4 is number 4, Jocasta. This horse is really interesting getting to this spot of all spots. Won a race like this, almost identical. Although it was in a conditioned allowance race back in 2024, August 17th, to be specific, with Alonso Quinones, who's riding this horse today. Was favored that day and won at Canterbury. Then goes to the fairgrounds, November 23rd. Runs a bang-up race behind Austere, who would be 1-9 in this spot. Finished 4 lengths behind that horse. And was running pretty good. Any one of those turf races at the fairgrounds typically would win this race. Comes out off a layoff from March 6th to June 11th. Ran a decent race at Canterbury at this particular level. Second time, this horse really could be anywhere. I mean, that race they won at Canterbury back in August last year was pretty much on the lead the whole way. Came off the pace a couple of times. This horse could do whatever. So I expect Alonso to have this horse wherever he should be fit. I mean, he could be up close, he could be behind. Just doesn't matter. Training well into this. One pause for concern is this horse worked out June 1st, ran June 11th, and no workouts until July 2nd. Not sure why. Maybe they just missed the horse. I don't know. But
am I scrolled to the right, Horseberry? I got distracted looking up the conversion from euros to dollars.
Jocasta?
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure you were still talking about Jocasta and I wasn't just leaving that up there like a pud.
No pud activities today. Yeah, still talking about Jocasta. And trainer does well with Alonso. Everything kind of lines up for this horse to run well, and I think this horse will. So we're going to put $20 on the nose of number 4, Jocasta, to the hoop, stand in line after you bet, because I think this one's going to win.
There we go.
I think they're all going to win,
though. Whenever, and don't forget, whenever, folks, you go to the window, make sure you hang out.
No ring until Whitey pay me.
Until Whitey pay you. All right. Barry, question for you.
Sir.
I'm going to get philosophical here.
All right.
How do you feel about wrapping up picks?
Well, it depends.
Ooh.
Is it going to be in the style of Jada Kiss or Jay-Z? It's just, it's two different things.
One of my favorite things on social media are those podcast clips. Is Jada Kiss Italian?
Okay.
If you've ever seen those, they are fantastic. They just have him read lines from like Jersey Shore and The Sopranos,
Hilarious.
and he sounds just like Tony Soprano. All right, here we go. Wrapping up picks. No typos today. We're talking Wednesday, Canterbury Park. Best bets. My best bet came out of Canterbury in race 3. I got a $20 win on the number 5, Mr. Who, who's about to graduate to Doctor Who at 8-1 morning line. And we've got a $1 trifecta that's going to be $6 total play. 5 with the 1-2-6 with the 1-2-6. Burry.
We're keeping it simple today. Race 4, $20 to win on number 4, Jocasta, to the hoop. Fire one off.
There we go. There we go. Go to the hoop.
See?
Hang off the rim.
I can make the noise myself.
On your way down.
I can make the noise myself.
Yeah, but it doesn't hit like the Remington 700.
There you go.
There we go.
Good
Chambered in 7mm Magnum. All right. Barry.
Yes, sir.
I think that's it for us today, man. We've talked Canterbury. We've bishoped it up here at Canterbury Park.
Bishoped.
Laying hands on people.
Juice.
Doing the God's. Yeah. Doing the God's work. That's it for us. Tomorrow, hey, the big show. Thursday, big show. You know what time of year it is. You know what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about Saratoga. We're going to have Naira Bet's own Kaylee Shapiro, who just did a very cool video with Nick Zito.
Nick Zito,
check out.
That's a great video.
Dude, I want to hang out with Nick Zito so bad now. Like
when Chuck was still alive, we actually did that prior to the races at Saratoga in 2022. Talked to him quite a bit. He's such a super nice guy. Likes to play the horses. Saw him over at the Saratoga harness track. He was, hanging around, betting, and having a good time. He's a good dude. Good dude. Hall of Famer too. So
yeah, absolutely. I have a friend of mine that actually has a great Nick Zito story where he ran into Nick Zito when he was getting breakfast at McDonald's in Hot Springs, and he was like, "Holy crap, you're Nick Zito!" And like, he invited him, and they sat down, enjoyed an egg McMuffin together, talked a little racing, talked a little grandkids and life, and
yeah, normal guy. I mean, he's a real down to earth normal dude. Racetracker for life for sure. If he wasn't training or anything else, he'd still be there, I think.
I 100% agree. Well, Barry, I'm going to find us a little something to ride out on. I don't know what it's going to be. Ooh, here we go. We will catch you tomorrow with more Notorious OTB at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. God's time. We love you. Bye-bye.
Yo, I just bought a dinosaur like Nick.